Welcome back to the 8th Concession. My name is Natalie. Well, standing here by the chicken coop for a reason. Those of you who've been watching know that we had a bit of an incident here by our coop. And that is we've had a predator problem. And just recently we were allowing the chickens to go out in a fenced in area here, fenced with an electric fence. And the one day I heard the chickens screaming and I ran over, and one of them was over on the side and had puncture wounds on her neck. Something had been attempting to drag her right through the electric fence. And she survived. They all survived because I got here in time. But it became very clear to us that the electric fence wasn't doing what we needed over here on the other side of our barn, which we call our slug hut. And the predator pressure here is pretty intense. It's very wild here. It's not all, farmland or what have you. This is all forest and woodland. So they've got a lot of cover, the predators. So we had to come up with another solution. In the meantime, and it's been several weeks now, the poor chickens, now they do have this run here at the front of their coop, but that's the only room they've had to roam around, and I felt so bad for them. They're quite happy and healthy and all, but we did really love the fact that they could get out and pick at weeds and bugs and roam a little more. So we had to find some way to help them be able to go outside of their small run here for some sun and bugs and exercise, and we think we've come up with it. So this is our solution, which we just went to pick up today. We are going to install this massive meshed chicken run beside the slug hut. Now you might notice that we've got this big heavy box in our van. So we didn't actually realize when we went to pick it up just how big and heavy the box would be. It's a wooden crate. They actually had to use a forklift to get it in our van. It told us to come back with a truck or a trailer next time. But we got it in. Luckily we didn't have far to go, and now the problem is it is so heavy we actually have no way to get it out of the van, so we're going to have to actually unpack it in the van, take the parts out and move them into the slug hut before we get around to clearing the land to assemble it. But I think the ladies are going to be really happy. So we're lucky we got it unpacked out of the crate into the slug hut. And but now, before we can even attempt to put it up, we have a lot of work to do here. So this is where the chickens were being allowed to roam freely. And we've done this for many years with our chickens, but it has become very overgrown. So before we even start to prepare to put this huge shelter up, we have to take down the electric fence that we had up. It's all overgrown with weeds. We will need to trim back some of this so we can see what we're doing. I mean, the inside of this meshed run is 7 feet, but I think so are some of these weeds. And then we have to deal with this tree back here. Now this is some sort of weed tree. It's growing right up beside the slug hut. It's definitely going to have to be trimmed back or something. It's a bit of a shame because when the chickens were able to roam freely in here, there's some beautiful branches that they love to roost on during the day, but we'll provide something for them on the inside of this meshed run. But first we're going to have to prepare this site so we can put up their new expansive chicken run. Well, you may notice that things look a little different behind me, and that's because the first part of this video was actually filmed last fall. We got the run at an auction in the fall and started the work on it, and it was going well, but then all of a sudden winter hit and the ground froze and we couldn't finish the job. So it is now May, the end of May 2024, and Craig has been working on getting the run finished, but more importantly coming up with an idea of how to get the chickens from their old coop run into the big new run safely. And at first we had grandiose ideas about putting like a foyer between the two, but that meant extra doors. And then we finally hit upon the solution. So let me show you what Craig has built. We are almost ready to let the chickens out. We're hoping to do that tomorrow. So let's see what he... So first of all, what has taken a lot of time is we actually dug a trench all the way around the new run and put hardware cloth, because the chicken wire that it came with is great for maybe aerial predators, but for the digging ones, which we have around here, we needed hardware cloth, and that actually goes down into the ground. So he got that finished. You can see how much it's already grown. Most of that is nettles, I think, so good luck chickens. But this was the genius plan. We have just made a little tunnel to go from our coop, our regular coop, hello ladies, into the new run. And it is also protected with hardware cloth. He's also got this nifty door. Sorry, just pull it up and the chickens will be able to go in. All he has left to do is to cut the hardware cloth of the original run and then cut the chicken wire that this unit came with on this end, and then we'll be ready to let the ladies go through. Such a nice, elegant solution. So even if we move the coop in the run in the future, goodness, that'll be a job, we can actually just take this with us. So we're very excited, and you can see the ladies are very curious. Well, today's the big day. The ladies are finally going to get to go through their tunnel and into their big new run. So you can see we put down a few apples so they get the idea that they should go through. And I've put a bunch on the ground there as a treat. Let's open the door. Come on, ladies. There's more apples. Keep walking. Well, they've got the idea. Go on. It's okay. You did it! And there's a big treat for you. Find the apples. Well, don't block the way now. Get out of the way. Oh, there's number 2. Oh, there they all go now. Now eventually we're going to put a nice branch or something in here for them to roost on, and they're going to have a second waterer and probably a nice sand pit to do their dust baths. That will be in the next few days, but right now they found their way. All right, guys, eat all the weeds. Well, some stragglers are still in the coop afraid to come out, but I know they'll all make their way over there eventually and have a lot of fun. Well, it was a big project. Took us a bit longer than we wanted to get done, but finally we got there. Bye for now.